Hi, this is Paul from the Crystal Commerce support team, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to update your product type for your trading card game singles so that they work with eBay's new requirements for ungraded cards for trading card game singles. We just deployed the update for eBay's ungraded card requirements. We are also in the process of creating the update for eBay's graded cards. We don't have that quite ready yet, but I will be going over what our plan is for graded cards toward the end of this video, so you can get a head start on that, because it will require some updates to your descriptors. But for ungraded cards, we're going to go ahead and go to our inventory types page, and then let's find a trading card game singles category like Magic Singles. If you've been listing Magic Singles to eBay already, you probably have your eBay column here set to used for everything. So what you're going to need to do now is change this to ungraded. And then we have an additional column here called card condition, and you're going to want to set this to the appropriate condition to map to eBay's new conditions for ungraded cards. So make sure those are set and then hit the save button. And if you've been getting an error from eBay regarding the conditions not being correct when you're trying to list Magic Singles or any other singles, after making this change, you'll be able to list the cards no problem. With graded cards, as I said before, we don't have that deployed just yet, but what we are planning on doing is having the information you're going to need for graded cards in the descriptors, because unlike ungraded cards where you just have a single condition like near mint or light play to select, they're going to require two different fields and then there's an optional third field. So our plan right now is to handle that under the descriptors. So we're going to make descriptors for those new fields that eBay requires. So that's 3 descriptors here. The first one is professional grader. The second one is grade, and then the third one is certification number. The certification number is the optional one, while professional grader and grade are going to be the required fields. If you want to get the list of potential values you can put into these descriptors, you can go onto your eBay account and go to create a listing and just pick any card. I'm going to choose Llanowar Elves here. And then we can just select something from the list here and continue. And all we're doing here is we're going to select graded, and we're going to look for the specific values here that eBay will allow. If you put these into the professional grader field, you'll be able to select them as like a drop-down menu when editing your products, which could make it faster for you. So if you know you're going to be using PSA, we can take that and put it into this field here. And then if we hit comma, it'll create that as a tag. And then we can go through, the other ones that we might be using as well. And then with grade, it's going to be fairly straightforward. We'll just have the numerical values that we're going to be using for the grade. So maybe we're going down to a 7.0. And then the certification number, we'll just leave that open-ended. Once you've got these in place, you can either edit your graded cards one at a time and fill in the descriptors, or if you export your graded categories to CSV, you can then have columns for these descriptors, and you can update these descriptors via CSV. So an example of what that might look like is, as far as the column headers go, is we'd have the normal product name and category column headers, and then we would just have column headers for those descriptors. So if we scroll here, that means we'll have a column for professional grader, and then grade, and then certification number if that's something you're submitting to eBay, which they do recommend. If you're exporting, you'll already have the product name and category info, and then you can just delete the rest of the columns and add these 3 here and then fill in this info here, and that might make it faster for you. Then you'll have a head start for when we do have the graded eBay update ready for you. And if there are any changes to how this works, we will make sure to let you know. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope you have a good day.